Welcome everybody to our live stream here on lichess and Twitch, taking Blitz challenges. What's up? What is up? Friday morning, finally. I work every day, so it doesn't matter. There is no weekend in pandemic life. There might as well not even be a weekend. Buongiorno. I never really stopped to think about how that's spelled. Buongiorno. Alright, I've got a challenge from Morales to start with. Where's Troll? Guys, we had a little bit of snow yesterday. There is no weekend. It's all like one never-ending week. Friday is the same as Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Depressing. Alright, Morales, we'll start with you. Blitz, 5+3 challenges. Everyone's welcome to play. I've been unfriended. The Rachmanov attack. Reverse Nimzovich. I don't know if this is any good. I've played it a few times. Shouldn't be anything special. Morales will just play his like knight c6 move. He loves the e5 square. So after e4... It's strange you don't play e4, e5 actually. I should play e4 against you more often. Sorry, I get it now. I get it. Preferences. You're not on the friends list. Sorry guys. I left my challenges off. My bad. Alright. That's why. It's discrimination. For the Wednesday stream, people were challenging me while I was trying to analyze, and that's extremely annoying. So I turned it off. I didn't remember. And yesterday, it didn't bother me, so I didn't think about it. We had 2 days of analysis with no challenges. Now I've got 6 challenges suddenly. Okay, so it's a sort of closed Sicilian reversed here. Grand Prix attack reversed. Not recommended by the cognoscenti, probably. Should I play knight e5? Take, queen e7. That's a bit much. So now I guess I should play knight g1 there. I'm not really a French player, so this is a little weird for me. Morales, what do you play against the French? Good damn. It's a new curse. Good damn. It's a combination of goddamn and I don't know what. Resigns. I'm sorry for destroying your whole plan. I know how much you like to play bishop b5. This is not my usual type of position, though. It is a Blitz game. Morales is a really annoying opening repertoire. I'm playing the French with an extra move here. I mean, it should be pretty good. How bad can it be to have an extra move in a standard variation? Right? How bad can it be? Classical French with colors reversed. Extra move. This is common plan with b4. The only problem is I don't really play the French. So I'm not sure about the plans here and move orders and such. See, Morales' repertoire is so good that he's forced me to play stuff I don't even know to avoid his annoying lines. I'm a little bored with the Budapest Gambit, honestly. That's gotten kind of old. So now what do you do? You're playing the way I would play with white in the classical French, honestly. Logical. I guess we can play like b5. b5, a5, or something like that. I don't know. Now there's no b5 because of knight a5, but I am putting more pressure on d5. Keep him honest. Man, I wish I knew how to play the French. Guys, I got 9 challenges. Make sure it's 5 plus 3 casual. Teddy Kish challenged me to 3 plus 0. That's not going to work. Everyone else I know. Regular. Friends. Praying Mantis, Hanishberger, Troll. 2 chess 960s is the maximum I'm going to play. Sumu Mitra, Virat Carlson, 10-year-old, Arturas, Sadamasa. I've got 2 hours and 15 minutes, so hopefully we get in all these games. Now, Rook D8 is a bit of an unusual move, but it's probably okay. The only thing is that it takes away the knight retreat to D8. I don't think he's going to castle queenside with that pawn storm. I usually like to pull my knight back to D1. But I guess he can go to E7 in this case. Knight A4 is kind of an interesting idea. Taking pressure off with D5 though. I don't know what to do. I'm out of book. Out of book. Don't play the French with white. I don't know the ideas well enough. Maybe with white, with colors reversed, barely. I know what I'm barely competent to play against the French. But with the French itself, how do you get me to play this? WJ welcome. Oh man, he just played F4. There's no way that's normal. Alright, dude. I can't believe it. Donation. Pride 500 from WJ Loof. Wow, almost mouse slipped. Yep. What? Preventing castling? What if I play b5? I was afraid you were going to do bishop takes b4. What about that? Bishop takes b4 might actually work. Let's see if it works. Castles. Mirales. X-ray rook. Seriously, what if you played bishop b4? I thought I blundered. Your 5 best wins in Rapid all happened in the last 2 nights? Wow. Major breakthrough for WJ Loof. Yeah, that's not a coincidence. Your 5 best results within 2 days. Can we just see if he has bishop takes b4? One criticism of you, Morales, if I may. I feel like you have a tendency to play for all or nothing too much. You know, like you need to be able to just kind of keep the position without trying to. That's just my opinion. I know that I'm probably the opposite to some degree. Like I don't go all in enough, or at least in chess. But I feel like sometimes, you know, you just sort of do the Hail Mary all the time, like when you should just play Queen f5, Queen c2, and this could have been a mistake. If bishop takes b4 is good. I'm actually really concerned about it. Maybe it just works. So, I don't know what I'm supposed to play here. b5, rook f1, bishop b2. None of the moves are that exciting. Rook f1 is a normal move, but he just goes to like g6, and he's defending f7, and he's attacking his pawn, and I can't castle, you know? What's wrong with rook f1, queen g6? I'm not going to analyze too much, guys, because it takes time. So does he have the devastating... bishop takes b4? Oh, alright, I'm stupid. I'm sorry. It doesn't matter. Piece is a piece. It's hanging on b4. It doesn't matter. Alright, I'm just checking and taking your guy, or it goes back. Yeah, of course, it doesn't work. Alright. Praying Mantis, 5+3. Thanks everybody for challenging. Don't forget to tune into the stream. Thank you, WJ Lou, for the kind donation. We're taking challenges 5+3, casual only. I think we have more challengers than viewers. How does that work? Alright. He's good at the Joko. Guys, on Sunday we should have the usual... I haven't heard from Tranquilizer, but we should have the usual 2 streams. Tranquilizer's been setting up the team tournaments kind of late lately, so I assume there will be a team battle on Sunday, though I haven't heard anything yet. And that means 2 streams on Sunday, 3 p.m. and 6:30 Central European time. Clearly bishop b7 instead of f4. I don't know, f4 is crazy, but I also think that rook d8, taking away the d8 square from your knight, is kind of weird. That might be an important retreat square. That way you can put your bishop on e7 and your knight on d8. And that's what I do with white in a lot of those lines. Just saying. You know, it's probably not forced. You might be able to put your knight on e7. But if you do that, you'll have to play like g6 and bishop g7. Or g6 and bishop h6. Here, I wonder. I wonder. I can play d4, right? But then bishop g4. Bishop g4 is no good until white plays d4. So now we have a normal Roy Lopez. Normal variation. But I don't like playing the French. I don't feel comfortable there. Oh, Astrobate, you had a dream about werewolves? That was like my first dream when I was a child that I remember. My first scary dream. I saw some movie on TV. The werewolf, Dracula, and like the mummy or something, and it was like they were all in my dream. My first nightmare. Classic nightmare. Hollywood monsters. One of my first memories. Bishop c2. What are we gonna do? Okay, so it's a sort of hybrid between the Zaitsev and Chigorin variation. You feel unsafe and paranoid against openings other than the Caro-Kann. What do you mean, like Virat Krasn? Other than playing the Caro-Kann yourself? Guys, we've got challenges. Looks like we lost some. Some of our challengers left. Troll in a Roll, Sumamitra, Virat Krasn, Arturas, Sadamasa. Someone came back. Heinisberger came back. Okay, so how does this work? Take, 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 take. You get your pawn back. Queen d7. Highly unusual. Extremely unusual. It's some kind of weird, very weird variation for black here, unbeknownst to me. b4. Maybe b4 is good. I remember the famous game where Fischer beat Wade. If you check in like Bobby Fischer's complete games, Wade played a queen d7 line where eventually b4 was played, then I went back to c6, then d5 was played, and then White played like c4 and broke and just had a good structure. But this is different. That's I think like queen d7 right away. You wouldn't play knight a5, you would just go here immediately. I tried to play that once or twice on the stream without much success. Mark Hebden idea, but I don't think it's very good for black. In fact, like sometimes the bishop goes back to d8 in this setup. This rook usually goes here, and the bishop goes back to d8. But it's interesting hybrid you've got going on. So d5 knight b8. And then c4 or a4, breaking the queen side. d5 knight b8, a4, c6. This looks like it's pretty logical for black, actually. a3 is kind of weak. I could play like rook b1 or something. a3. That's a very subtle setup for black. I mean, he's going to undermine my center after d5 knight b8 and c6, and I don't have time to counteract it. Weird. d5 knight b8, knight b3, c6, knight a5, pawn takes d5, knight takes b7, queen b7. I don't have enough play there as well. The problem is he's going to take on d4 and then my b-pawn's hanging. And rook b1 might not be enough. Actually, rook b1 could have been played. Rook b1, ed, cd, d5, e5, knight e4. I'm probably good there. So a3 is passive, and it takes away my break a4. So now I'm just like sitting here, twiddling my thumbs with no plan. So like d5, e takes e5, knight takes e4, knight takes e4, pawn takes e4, queen d7, rook d7, bishop takes e4. I'm okay. Sometimes there's tactics where they try to play d5. He just holds. Holding. See, if you go rook f8, rook d e8, now you can play bishop d8. But I'm stalking this diagonal. The Roy Lopez is very positional. It's not like the Joko, although the Joko can be quite positional too. Yeah, I mean, anyone who has the idea that the Roy Lopez is like a tactical opening is kind of misconception. I mean, it's a really strategic opening from the third move, I think. If you want to play tactically, you can play the Evans Gambit, the open sort of Joko lines, maybe the Scotch. There are a lot of options to play e4 more, e4, e5 more sharply with white. I mean, f7 is a trouble. I'm not sure if it's correct still. I have a stronger d5 here. d5, although he does have the square now. d5, knight b8, c4. Knight g5, d5 again. So according to the computer, I lost all my advantage with 19c4. Wow. So what am I supposed to play there? I mean, like, this bishop is... This is the whole plan, is to play c4. If I don't play c4, I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, maybe I have some weird move like queen b1, queen a2 or something. This didn't occur to me. To come here, but it still doesn't do anything directly. That's a weird game. I just want to see queen d7 question mark. Why is it so bad? I can really take this? I didn't think I could do this. So what's the problem with queen d7? Queen d7 question mark. Why is it question mark? Is it that bad? Knight bd2, rook ad8. So the big question was this: takes, and knight takes e6, and I thought you have queen e6, and you can take there maybe. But apparently he can't. So it's an unsound pawn sacrifice if you can't take this. I just take. See, the whole point is that I didn't see this move. This is not as easy as you think. I mean, I saw this far and thought that black was okay. I have to have the secret move knight to d4, which I missed. You gotta wait in line. I went to the bakery yesterday, and there's like this mask rule where you're supposed to wait outside until the next customer orders or whatever. And of course the lady behind me, like, not only comes in the store, but she manages to like push her way in line in front of me. It's like, how is it you, with the pandemic rules in effect, you still manage to come in the store and order before me? I hate that when people are like hopping in line. Once I got in a fight with the person in the airport about that. They like cut right in front of me. I was really pissed. Honigburger. No excuse for cutting in line. Not a fight, but I had an argument, you know, with one of the other customers in the queue in the airport line. That's the worst, man, when people just like cut in line in front of you. It's unjust. Do I play e5 against e4? Not very much. I'm not really a classical opening guy. But I do. I mean, I'm trying to play it. Traditionally, I played very few games d4, e5. Occasionally. I played a game in January. I played a Petrov against an IM, and I drew. I'm trying to slowly incorporate it into my repertoire, but it's been slow going. In my whole career, I've played less than 10 games with e4, e5 in real over-the-board games. I remember I played, like, I think I played my first e4, e5. God, it must have been like 1991. And the guy played the King's Gambit against me. It was like the thing I knew the least. It's probably like the opening I knew the least. Seriously. He happens to play the King's Gambit. And I just lost. I tried to play the Falkbeer counter gambit, but I didn't know the theory well enough. So I ended up losing to a fairly weak player. GM Tranquilizer. When you say like why, that's kind of a general question. It's hard to understand what you're referring to. All right, what do we got? I learned Sicilian first. Actually, I learned the Pierce first. That was my first defense to e4. It just happened that the first book that I bought was on the Pirc defense, so first Pirc, then Sicilian. Very hyper modern stuff. Keep thinking I'm playing Troll, but he's further down the challenge list. I don't really play the Pirc. I do play it here sometimes for fun. I think over the board I quit playing the Pirc around 1991, 92, 93 at the most. I was a master. I played some games as a master, national master, with the Pirc, but I didn't have great results. Around the time when I became a master, I quit playing the Pirc. It was never my main opening, though. It was one of my backups. It's a sacrifice. I used to play the Sicilian, the Caro-Kann, and then my third string opening was the Pirc at one point. The results were never good with the Caro-Kann or the Pirc, so I basically played almost only Sicilian for all my life. And that sucks. I really wanted to play Knight b4, but I forgot your queen was controlling that square now. So I just gave him the pawn back for nothing. That's genius. Now white is better. I have a check. Check and then mate. Wow. Oh, I can castle. Castling is good. You don't like castling. You don't like king safety, right? What's king safety? That's not important. Queen a5 is kind of annoying, though. What? What's up with this position, by the way? It's really weird. He just had no problem with playing king d1 at all. That's completely okay. I would be a little concerned to have to do that. He was sneaky though, trying to get his queen here on a5. Theoretically, you could play bishop takes, pawn takes, knight takes, queen h5 check, but I'm getting that pawn on d5. I mean, king d1 is a crazy move. What if you just play like queen d2? Queen d2 would be safe, and white would probably be okay. Trying to learn the French defense. Yeah, I think the French defense is the kind of thing it takes a long time to master. You're right. Absolutely. I had a very short period where I was seriously thinking about playing the French. I played it a couple times. Ironically, against Hikaru was one of them. I have played like 5 Frenches with black in my life. Less than maybe 3 or 4. I literally have like maximum 4 or 5 Frenches, and one of them I lost against who. Greatest streamer in the chess world. It's not good to play the French defense unless you really know it, and it takes a lot of experience. You have less space. Whoa, you scared the crap out of me. I didn't even see that. Wow. Why am I blind to see Queen F8? That's really weird. I just completely missed this move. Absolute 100%. Tranquilizer, what are you talking about? Your namesake or yourself? The fake tranquilizer? Pseudo tranquilizer. I can't believe you appropriated the name of a grandmaster. That's not right, man. You need to go back and get a different name. Get your own name. Name appropriation is not cool. I noticed that some people tried to make Sparkle Horse, but one of them, or at least one of them, got banned. They had like Sparkle Horse 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, I'm borrowing the name of a band. But that's not my Twitch account. Sladgie. Maybe nobody's copied Sladgie. Sladgie. Fake Sladgie. Alright, Honeyspur, you can resign here. You're down 2 bishops. Feel free to resign. And, it would be kind to resign for the sake of the other players. Thank you. Troll on a roll. Chess 960. Guys, welcome to the stream. Another Chess 960. This is the last one. I'm only going to play 2. I'm accepting open Blitz challenges. You must challenge 5-3 casual. My only requirement now. Troll is the master of central control. Central control. Troll. You gotta be careful not to let him like really get an ironclad grip on the center, or you're in trouble. He's good with that. But lately he's fallen off a little bit. He doesn't seem like he's at his peak anymore. Dr. McNinja. That's pretty funny, man. It sounds like a video game character of some sort. It sounds like something my son would know about. 10-year-old video game fans are down with Dr. McNinja. So how do I get my pieces out here? Good question. Development of the queen. Lateral queen development with queen c8, perhaps. Then where does it go? I think I have to play this. Ugh. What does Feingold say? Never play f6? Does that apply to chess 960? I don't think so, right? It wouldn't make sense. Oh man, you missed knight d5. Knight f4, knight d5, knight f4 here. Double threat. It never occurred to me it was a double threat. Oops. So maybe knight f4 right away just really would have implanted a knight on e6. Perhaps it wasn't such a big deal. Let's say he plays knight f4, I play c6, he plays knight e6, I just play queen c8, he takes my bishop on f8, bfd. I just take back, I got rid of a blocked in bishop. Maybe it's not that bad. Chess 960 is weird. Now he's probing the white squares. Bishop f7 was suggested. Oh. Well, yeah. If I had f6 in. I already had f6. You're right. Oh, my bad. This is so weird, I can't get used to where the pieces are. Yeah, Sadamas is right. I had knight f4, bishop f7. Obviously. Never mind that whole thing. The mind of the master with no mind. Never mind. Okay, you're in that square again. Now I blocked it off. Man, this is like a Titanic Japanese movie monster. Mothra. I can't get rid of Mothra. If b6, bishop a6. Oh, that's even worse. B6, bishop a6. Where am I going to go after that? I can play a5. Hey, it's just my king, no big deal. This is not safe. That's my king there. Luckily, Troll doesn't calculate. I'm seriously weakening my position here. There could have been possibilities of b4 sacrificing something. I mean, it's still around, the threat of that. But I have this, perhaps. If he tries to play b4, I can lodge a knight in there. On c4. I'm not sure he wants to do that now. I was concerned about this, though, and this, and this, and the b6 square. If he had played b4 quickly, I have to be very, very careful. a5 wasn't the safest move. Troll. You silly troll. Now he's got this. Ooh, it's a lot of diagonal. That's a lot of diagonal you got there, so gonna be hard to protect that. Deep breath. Yep. G6, knight takes e5, bishop g7, bishop c3. So it looks like I have to play e4, for better or for worse. He's got this diagonal. Hey, what's up, Spinal Tap? Did you get your Bond Cloud back? I don't bother posting in the forums anymore, but I did notice that you had a petition going on, but it's pointless. I can't. I don't even try anymore. Yeah, that sucks, dude. I'm sorry. No respect for the early guys here. You've been on lichess a lot longer than me, probably. Anyway, what's up, man? Good to see you. International Master Tom Bartel. What is up? We haven't played in a long time. Feta Master, here comes the raid. Feta Master raiding? Whoa. Two old friends here. I'm a little nervous about this position. Dude, troll. Troll, there's a raid coming on and you dropped a piece. Troll got nervous because of the raid. IMs and FMs all over the place. Fedamaster streaming early today. What's up, bro? Bishop A5 check look really good. Are you serious? 7. Bishop A5 check. What? What? You can do that? Oh my god, what? He has Bishop A5 check. Wow. And then if B6, Bishop A6. Maybe it's not that bad. Check. B6. If Bishop A6, I play Queen B8. He starts getting tangled up. This is like a double attack. Maybe I can survive this. It's not pretty, but I might not be directly lost. Yeah, troll. Good game. Sort of. You blundered a piece. Yeah, Bishop A5 looks pretty bad. I don't know. The setup isn't good. Why did I play like this? I'm terrible at chess 960 openings. I don't know. I'm just awful. I'm like a complete beginner. If I can survive the opening, I can make it, fine. But you got to kill me in the first 10 moves, and I'm really weak. I guess I need to learn more chess 960 openings. I'm amazingly bad, every time I play this guy, I'm like -2 in the first 10 moves. Alright. It's awesome to see Spinal Tap chess again. Fedamaster. Did we have a raid? I think he's gonna raid. He didn't raid yet, right? If you have one line for every position, you memorize 960 lines. You're doing alright. That's right. Just 960. I'm known for my memorization skills. They call me like Mr. Theory on the chess circuit. You know that. Actually, if I had a decent repertoire, maybe I could have had a couple of GM norms. My weakness is my opening repertoire. Do I have notifications open? It should be. But I mean, Twitch always acts weird. I had a weird thing today. I had to restart my computer and Twitch asked me for two-factor authorization, which it never does. I have two-factor authorization, but it was just odd that I had to restart my computer for a Windows update and randomly, like, Twitch didn't log me in. Is that weird, or is it just me? So I had to re-log into Twitch asking for 2FA. I wonder if it like changed my settings somehow. The fact that I restarted I don't know. Like, if I didn't do a mistake, I rated you. Yeah, it looks like we have a few more viewers. I don't know. Let me check in mod view. I guess if I check in the mod view. Where's my mod view? It should display. It should show while I stutter my way through the stream here. Actually, it should show on Streamlabs. Events or something. Yeah, I don't think we had a raid. But anything's possible. Like, maybe I raid's disabled or something. It's really weird. Like, it may not be you. No, we didn't get a raid. according to my software, but I don't trust it. It may be like something was changed in my settings to disallow raids or something. I don't know. Why did Twitch just randomly ask for two-factor authorization this morning? It's really weird. I mean, I never had a problem before getting a raid. But then again, it never asked me for two-factor authorization until this morning either, so something happened. I assume it was because of Windows. I started my computer this morning, everything was normal, and then it like asked for a Windows update like an hour later. That's weird, you know, like why wouldn't it ask, I don't know, when I turned it on after it had been turned off for 12 hours. Why would it ask an hour? I guess that's just when it happened, so. They updated Windows in the middle of the night, which is the morning for me. Crazy move, H5. I really don't know. Yeah, I guess there was no raid. Review recent raids. Wait. You have no recent raids. Does that mean my raids or people that raided me? See, I'm not sure. It's the thought that counts, Fedamaster. Even if you didn't raid me, I'm happy to see you here. But I don't know. Edit mod view. Edit mod view? Go to channel page? Anyway. I'm not sure if it's your fault or my fault that there was no raid. Now. Guys, check out Fedamaster as well. Streaming here a lot on Twitch. I'm gonna need so Sumimitra played H5. That's a weird move, dude. You're already playing a kind of risky opening here with the Dutch, and then topping it off with F5. Seems kind of strange. Now A4 is possible. A4, A3. But I'm covering this with the B pawn. But next time you'll compensate the mistake. Gotta go now. Alright, take care. Thanks, Fedamaster. Absolutely. Good to see you. And Spinal Tap as well. Spinal Tap, are you still here? Are you ever streaming? Probably not in my time, though. We're on 2 different time zones. Spinal Tap like stays up late in US time. I go to bed early European time. He's a chess vampire. Alright, what about taking this? We should take this now. Sumimitra is a maniac. Are you ever streaming, Spinal Tap? Nice H4. I can't be afraid of everything, though. Castles kingside. It doesn't really make a lot of sense to play H5 and then castle kingside. This is a really bad Nimzo for black. I guess we should open up his position, but if I play E4, I gotta be a little bit careful. This is safer. That's why he's 1200. I mean, if he toned it down, I feel like he's almost like pretty good. It's almost like he's trolling himself. He plays like he's like an 1800 who's jokingly being a maniac or something. That's how I feel when I play this guy. still his position is reasonable. And he's faster than me. This is a good structural play on the queen side. I'm telling you, like, it feels like he's trolling. I got no good place to move my queen now. I have to go to b3. Wow. He has 3 minutes left. And then he just went berserk. I don't know which way to take. If pawn takes knight b5, and I have no good place to put my queen without trading queens. I mean, I feel like he could be pretty good if he slowed down and took his time. Like, look at this. Wow. I don't know, am I having lag or something? Yeah, d5, double exclamation point. That's a pretty interesting move. It's almost like I'm being lagged by something. Everything's in slow motion. There's no way he's 1200. We've seen this before. His moves are weird and inconsistent. I played this game absolutely horrifyingly. It was terrible. Awful. The way I played. Planless, without any calculation. Just randomly making moves. You know, luckily he weakened d5. I'm not even sure if I'm winning here. It's probably a theoretical draw, right? Asterbate, don't joke about that. He's 1200 and he's gonna beat me in Blitz. Playing absurd moves. And it says I don't have lag. It says my ping is 46. What just happened? What? Okay, I don't understand. Like, check this out. So he has this miraculous defense now, which I missed, obviously. Rook takes b3. After rook takes rook, rook takes rook, rook takes b3, it's a dead draw. That's like the weirdest game ever. Mate in one. I don't care about mate in one, I just don't want to lose on time. Mate in one doesn't give me any extra points. You know, you don't get extra points for mate in one. It's the same. I did miss mate in one with queen e8, but the important thing is that I didn't lose on time. You obviously don't have much time left. You don't expect your opponent to like play rook a5. I didn't check with the engine yet, but obviously he should play rook takes rook check, king g2, and black is probably okay. This game must be like 150 cent upon loss for me, 175 for black. Wow. So rook takes d5, b8 queen, exclamation point. Rook takes rook is forced. King g2. And I'd rather have the queen and the pawn than the two rooks. His king is exposed. It's tricky to play. He had 20 points in Mega Battle. Yeah, I guess so. 58 cent upon loss for me, 91 for black. It's a very weird thing. You almost are seeing like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde from move to move. Like, one move is good, the next move is insane. And you have no idea like what's happening next. So it's impossible to like predict his moves. You're playing with a multiple personality disorder person or something. Normally I try to get inside my opponent's head and predict their moves. With a player like that, like, you literally don't know. He's not even going to play rook takes d1 check. You're saying I should have seen mate in 1. But I didn't anticipate him not taking on d1. I'm like freaking out, like, why didn't he take on d1? It's like this totally absurd, unexpected move that would never cross my mind in a million years. Rook a5, and I'm just like, what? Trying to understand what that does. No, it doesn't do anything. Alright. Asterbit, I can predict your move. Yeah, like the low-rated bots that are programmed to make random moves. He played h5 and then castled instead of playing h4 with his rook on h8. That's bizarre. So, knight takes e4. This has never occurred to me. It's never occurred to me. It's like a drawish line. Although Dubov won an amazing game with white in this. I think he blundered into the position. My only theory for the fact that Dubov played this line with white is that he accidentally messed up his move order and ended up in the position. Then he like played ingeniously to beat a very strong player. I can't remember who it was. It was like knight e4, d5. Maybe it was a different line, different move order. It had to be this position. Knight e4, d5, I think. But honestly, like, if I had to win for $1 million, I might not play knight takes e4. Because it allows a lot of simplification. You might be better off playing d6 and just transposing to a standard variation. After d6, h3, or bishop e3. No, he has to play h3. It's like an h3 dragon. Andy Soltis versus Andy Soltis. What's up, everybody? Ready for some more Magnus Carlsen tournaments on the internet? I can't get enough. There's a new one every day. It's great. Please let the world go back to normal. I want real chess tournaments, no pandemic. I want to be able to travel. Knight takes e4. I don't understand how people are traveling, like, during the pandemic. The U.S. State Department says on their website, like, travelers should not travel from the United States. It's like a clear directive. And still, I know at least one American chess player who's playing in, like, international tournaments. That doesn't seem like a good idea. Like, if you had to go to the U.S. Embassy here, it's almost impossible to get any sort of help. Not a good idea to travel now. Alright, d5. Let's see what you got for me. b2's hanging, so this is not the right position, is it? Is it? Maybe it is. Bishop d3. Bishop d3, pawn takes e4, bishop takes e4. Bishop d3, pawn takes e4. Bishop takes e4. Queen c7. I'm thinking of the Dubov game. I think it was takes, bishop takes, queen takes d1, rook f d1. I don't know. I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 10. So somehow Dubov ends up playing rook f to b1 in this position. How does that happen? Bishop a6 right away? It must be bishop a6 right away. And then white trades queens on d8 and plays rook f b1. That's not my only move, though. I remember once my friend Bill Kelleher got this position with black against some low-rated player, and he was like depressed and sad because they were like playing for a draw with white on purpose. A lot of pieces get exchanged, like the knights get exchanged. A lot of the more dynamic elements of the game are gone. So I think it was this best line. Black managed to lose this position. Dubov versus somebody. Now, Vera Carlson, you're not like listening to the stream gonna like play what I recommended, right? You wouldn't do a thing like that. You guys don't listen to the stream. Good. Don't play my recommendations. They usually contain the best moves, and that's no fun. So now it's a different story. This move might be the best move, but I'm not sure. It might contain nuts. What I want to do is trade queens and then win the exchange. I'll show you guys after the game. We'll explore for a moment the mind of Daniel Dubov. How he played rook f b1. I am up a pawn here, but it doesn't look real easy to convert even this. Temporary pawn up. Rook takes d8, bishop takes c6, rook c8. That was what I liked, right? Right. That has to be the idea, yes? But I don't know, the other rook capture is probably okay as well. Why does it benefit me to take with the f rook versus the a rook? What's the big difference? Well, my a pawn's protected for one thing. That does matter. WJ lived 40-hour work week. That's enough for me, man. I don't know how you do more. So the whole point is rook a8, rook takes b5, for those of you who are wondering. The whole position hinges on that tactic. I would just snarf that pawn on a2 if I could. But I can't, so I won't. It's like that. That expression. I would if I could, but I can't, so I won't. Take on a2. Enjoy your bishop. And now we have all sorts of good stuff. This, right? Now it's good. Wonderful. We got a pawn and a bonus pawn on c2. Now with bonus pawns. Well, I guess you leave me with no options, huh? Whoa. My primary concern was that he would actually cut off my king on the 7th. What just happened? Another underrated Indian player. There's this GM tournament going on in Serbia. I like this a lot. So it's like Adalik, some really strong Serbian guy, some other players, Hans Niemann, and then 2 Indian players who are like 2300s. And the Indian 2300s are like in second and third place in the GM tournament. Dude, I mean, is everybody in your entire country like 200 rating points underrated or something? Like, those guys are just like wrecking a Grandmaster tournament, and they're 2,300, 2,360 or something. I mean, that's crazy, man. For people who are 2,300 to be like performing Grandmaster level, there needs to be something done about this underrated players. The rating system there with the FIDE ratings in India is very inaccurate. Arturas, probably not just in India, but I've noticed it particularly with the players from there. Massively underrated. Arturas is up. We've played before. Last time was a Queen's Gambit. I didn't like that. I'm going to stay away from his Queen's Gambit. I don't understand the FIDE rules for like provisional players getting ratings and stuff. It seems to create a lot of situations where people start out with really, really underrated first ratings, and then they end up getting a lot better without the rating going up for some reason. I'm playing the Queen's Gambit anyway now. Tricked me. The same line we played before. Alright, I hate this. But I think the FIDE rating system needs to be slightly overhauled, at least in terms of the first ratings people get. I mean, I don't know, like, here in Hungary, everybody has a fairly accurate rating, it seems like. We don't have people running around who are like 200 points underrated. Live for chess. The Jabava controversy. Ooh, I love internet gossip. What did he do now? Like defend Tigran Petrosian for cheating or something? Even on the unrated, well, I mean, the unrated players are already grandmasters in a lot of cases, it seems like. Yeah, there was one guy in the last tournament I played in October. He was like 1,200 from India, and he was easily 1,900. I just don't understand why everyone's so systematically underrated. Alright, I'm going to take this. I mean, are there just lots of tournaments that aren't FIDE rated, where people just get better, and then it's not reflected in their FIDE ratings? I feel like there's some countries that it's like there's rating poverty, in other countries where people are kind of a little overrated. Maybe it has to do with wealth, I don't know. We're still suffering from slight rating poverty here. I had a similar game I remember years ago with well, what's the typical time frame? What it goes to go from 1,200 to 1,900? A couple of years, I think, in normal old school world. But now with the internet, everything is different. There are more training tools. Oh, he came second in defending his shield to a guy who came first. The opponent dropped his queen in 8 moves, thus giving his opponent first place. Seriously? Americans also underrated, especially Tom Bartel. Well, I mean, the problem is FIDE charging money for tournaments to be rated, number one. I think that's a stupid idea. It discourages tournaments from being rated. It discourages people from organizing tournaments. The first thing FIDE should do is drop this idea of charging outrageous amounts of money for tournaments to be rated. It's like one guy in a room with a computer, you know. How much does that cost? Seriously. It's just a scam. I remember like the last US tournament I played, like, I don't know, 6 years ago in New England. Like, they didn't want to rate it because they didn't want to pay the like $50 fee for the tournament to be rated. That's pretty sad. Did I blunder yet? It's pretty sad when organizers are gonna like just not rate the tournament because of your greedy like fee to have the tournament rated. And then, you know, so you create a lot of rating inaccuracy. FIDE should get paid. They should seek out sponsors. But the problem is, who wants to sponsor a corrupt organization? So maybe it's a hopeless case. All right, Arturas is good. Quick. White seems better. I'm trying to stop e5 as well as I'm trying to say c5. I don't know, I'm just making routine moves now with no plan. Well, not being able to afford to play in tournaments, you know, it depends when you say that. Like, if you lived in Budapest, you could probably afford to play in live tournaments. In the United States, you have to, like, travel from, like, one city to another, pay to stay in some hotel, pay for your travel expenses. You know, I played here mostly in Budapest in the Hungarian Team Championship. I'm not paying entry fees. I'm not paying much. I don't have to pay for travel expenses. That's why I moved to Europe to be a chess player. Everything is closer together. I don't have to fly from Boston to Los Angeles to play in a tournament. Yeah, I mean, chess shouldn't be that expensive to participate. But I really think that the model should be like, the Chess Federation doesn't charge money for having tournaments rated. And this is an incredibly annoying variation. Well, London. Surely you could find local tournaments in London. You don't have to play in the London Chess Classic. There have to be cheaper alternatives. London isn't too bad. I mean, it's an expensive city, one of the most expensive cities in the world. But from the perspective of playing in chess tournaments, it shouldn't be that bad. It's kind of like New York City. For other things, it's expensive, I guess. Chess shouldn't be that bad. London is going to become exclusive for the wealthy. Going to become, right? Yeah. Like every city, every major city in the United States on the East Coast, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Boston, New York, Washington, D.C., are all going to be... The good thing is pandemic is making housing costs go down in cities. I might have to buy real estate in the city, because in the country it's like too expensive now. Everybody wants to move out of the city. You should see prices going down from $1 million to 800,000. So you're okay, live for chess. Everything will be fine. I don't know, man. This is a really, really annoying opening. The way he plays this. It's weird too, because he used to play the King's Indian. I remember playing the King's Indian against Arturas. Incredibly fast. Yet his bullet rating is only 2006. I still feel like I have lag. I don't know, live for chess. You have to look around. You can probably find chess that's not expensive in London if you're smart about it. You know, any sort of urban area, you should be able to find something. Urbane. I give up. I resign. I'm not really resigning. I just failed. I hate this. This is unbelievable that he can play this opening like this. And I've got nothing. All the books say this line that he plays is not good for black that I've ever seen. I can't really find an advantage here. I remember there was this like really weak chess coach in Boston who recommended this line to his students. But at first I didn't know how to play against it, and I actually drew with a really weak player, played this line for black. Then I looked into it, figured out a better way to play, but it still appears if black plays it really well, there's not that much. He's tied down very badly here. Bishop d8 was a nice plan. What? He's paralyzed. Oh my god. It works. I was afraid it didn't work. Pure luck. I completely missed king g6, but I had bishop f5, king h6, rook h7 mate, which... Yeah, but I mean, black was fine. This was a very unconvincing win. He just drifted into a slightly worse position. Should be a draw. Bishop d4. I don't know. b4. No games from this position. How is that possible? What the heck? Castles, a6, a4 novelty? That's easily like my most logical move. There's like no games from this position. It's really weird. It seems like logical play for black, but that's what I'm saying. Like it's not really a known variation. I guess he's supposed to play knight on bd7 or something first. I'm not really sure. Maybe no h6. Guys, I'm not going to get to all these games, so I'm just going to take the challenges I can get to. No rated. No 5+8. Only 5+3 casual against established accounts. Oh, Madras Tiger doesn't have enough games. Alright, they don't have enough games, sorry. I only take players with 100 games or more. Leon Toluca has been trying to challenge me for like 3 years, and he's always like one of the last ones. He must wake up late or something. So he's tried to play me for like 3 years, but he's always the one after I have to leave. Alright, let's try a Sicilian. I'd like to get back to trying blindfold chess. I haven't really played in 20 years. I did try to do blindfold for a while. I think once I did like a 4-man blindfold simul. I can't remember, it's been so long. This is weird combination. Knight takes c6 is not a good variation. But normally when people do that, they play bishop d3 and then they try to castle kingside quickly. This is very strange to combine knight takes c6 with bishop e3. I've never seen anyone attempt that before. Madras Tiger, you're playing another game now. I'm sure that will keep you busy. You're waiting a long time for the game with me. It's my great apologies. But I just assume that people have played 100 games if they're challenging me. I've been doing this for like 5 years. So the rules have been in place for a long time. The unwritten rules. Queen b6. Hard to believe I've been doing this for 5 years. Almost 5 years now. I'm willing to play the endgame. Yeah, Leon Toluca playing weird, very weirdly here. I can't accept challenges from new accounts because they tend to be trolls. It doesn't take much to play 100 rated Blitz games. It really doesn't take long. Maybe a day or two. Knight a4. So White is playing too quickly. I guess he's a kid. But I think that you guys need to stop with the bullet chess and start to think. Thinking is good for your health. Play real chess. Take your time. He's playing way too fast. So I'm going to guess we're going to see mostly bullet here. 982 bullet games. That's kind of like Sumil was. 1500 in bullet, 1200 in blitz. c5, f4, queen d4 check. Does that work? I can even like predict his moves. I don't think he's even paying attention to what I'm doing. He's just too into bullet chess. Boulet. Bullet is bad for your health. He's 2,000. 2,100 in bullet. I mean, chess is what you make of it. If you really love bullet and that's all you want to do, that's fine. But I want to try to play tournament chess on a high level, and I'm never going to get good at tournament chess by playing bullet. Perfect structure. The dragon. This wouldn't be possible without the rook on h3, of course. This is the key to making sure he can't play h3 there. Melted Tuna. Does Melted Tuna have enough games? No. He's very much like the other one. Alright, Sadamasa, Dr. Medicine. I should check these in advance so I don't have to diss people. That's true. Dr. Medicine. Usually I do. I'm sorry about that. Madras. Dr. Medicine does have games. King GM or King M. And Mira. Okay. So we have 45 minutes left. We should have enough time to get these games in. I don't guarantee anybody else can get time to play today. But four for sure. Let's go. E4. Hana Fridays. Well, I like playing one time control. That's good. I don't, when I do like 5-3 and 7+3, that messes with me a little bit. One game is like 7+3 and I'm like taking time, and then there's like 5+3 and I'm used to the 7+3. So that variation in time controls isn't great. What are we going to do? The Vargasoli variation. Zargavoli. E5. And then knight b3. I was looking at this. With somebody. I have to remember now. Sasa Madagana. Sasa Madagana has good theoretical knowledge. He likes I had a game with one of our subscribers, Antoni. We played a training game in a similar position. Now I remember. G6 is probably a mistake. Black has to play, what, D5? If you go back, the main line is actually knight B3 here. Yeah, like tournament chess is bad if you have high blood pressure. Probably. It depends, though. I mean, if you're really a relaxed type of person, I guess it doesn't matter. 93. I guess it's possible to be a mellow person and have high blood pressure. In that case, you just medically have high blood pressure, but it's not stress related. I guess if your blood pressure is stress related, then it's not good. We got a very strong bind on the square d5 here. It's interesting that he didn't play b5 here with the opportunity to play b5. Chipping away at my center. That seems important. Now knight d5 sacrificing a pawn. Knight d5, knight d5, queen c4. I mean, I don't know if you guys have ever studied the most destructive chess games I've ever played. There's a Boleslavsky game that's very similar to this, but I'm not sure I have quite enough comp. Like, Boleslavsky had more. Okay, I have comp, but I'm not sure if I'm, like, winning. Like, Boleslavsky was just totally winning in the game. Maybe it was Bondarevsky. I get them confused. Two 60s era grandmasters from the Soviet Union. There was Boleslavsky and Bondarevsky, and maybe it was Bondarevsky. But anyway, the game is in the very, very good book, The Most Destructive Chess Games Ever Played by Chernev. White sacrificed the pawn to get absolute control of d5. I have compensation, but probably not more than compensation. I'm not winning. 97 check, king h8, queen d6. Not sure if that really floats my boat or not. Probably I should do something else. Drop my a pawn. This move actually looks interesting. Get a rook on the 7th. Oh, now you reminded me of Batman. Octopus, Dr. Octopus. Dr. Octo. Not so simple. Queen e2. It's a brutal move. I was afraid of queen a4, I guess. Not afraid of it, but he has that. I guess his queen is nearly trapped, though. That's also good. That's true. That is true. I would have liked to have more advantage here, unfortunately. Looks like he's gonna survive. Yeah, he's okay here. He's gonna hold. I'm still down a pawn. Wow. I didn't realize I was still down a pawn. That's kind of disappointing. Queen c4. Wow, that's a good move. I missed that. That's incredibly strong. Got jinxed by Morales. Your other name is someone on sound. Why do you have to like go and jinx me? He's used like almost no time. Instantly. Played the whole game in like 1 minute. I just missed queen c4. I thought black had to play queen e6 and I was fine. But this trading queens on d4 is devastating. I mean, look at this game by black. He made like a slight inaccuracy in the opening at one point. He must have like 11 cent pawn loss. Apparently he made a blunder. I was winning? What? I was winning with b4. Never occurred to me. How am I winning? That's crazy. He has tons of squares for his queen here, b2, a3. I never imagined I could possibly trap his queen. This is the idea. Damn. He still has squares. That's crazy. I can literally trap his queen. I'm gonna have to find this insane move though. There's no way I'm finding that in a Blitz game. I would never find this. I would be lucky if I didn't miss it in a tournament game. Rook retreat to c3 with the idea of rook f2. I guess he could still play b5. And then on rook f2, queen a4. And then I've got to find rook b3. With the idea of queen b1 and what? Like rook a2? No, now I'm threatening knight c3. I mean, that's really hard queen trap. It's a good game. g6 is a blunder. This has actually been played. I thought you should have played b5. He just didn't care. So apparently it was all good. Morales' move is probably strong. Among other things. With the idea of rook f c1. And then I shouldn't lose. It's still like a draw here. Man, this move is extremely strong. Then I'm just lost. But I couldn't find a good move. It's something lame. Still, my knight on d5 is very strong. Dr. Medicine. That's like Dr. Octopus. Dr. Octopus died in this game. Dr. Octopus was very unimpressive. I had b4, trapping your queen with a long sequence of moves. But that's not easy to spot. Last games, guys. I've got time for... We missed somebody. Somebody's lost. Are you lost, challenger? Funny that no one ever plays this. It's actually a line. It's a good line for black. How am I supposed to play? Here? I wonder what happens if knight g4. Is that really a stupid move? I get the d5 square, but you get my dark square bishop. I don't think it's that stupid. Now it's a Boleslavsky variation. Bishop e6, bishop f3. I've played this before. This is main line. I think a5 is theory. I don't know old games that well anymore, but it seems to me that there was a Fischer-Reshevsky game, something like that. My opponent seems to be like the world's leading expert on this rather rare variation, which is surprising. Do I do knight d5? Doesn't make sense, right? I can't. That's your whole idea. Knight b4 is the whole idea. So he is very familiar with the theory here. I'm not. Dr. Medicine. Take your medicine. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I mean, black's threatening d5. I have no way to stop it. If I play knight d5, he plays bishop d5, pawn d5, e4. And it's fine. So what options do I have, really? Perhaps I could play another move like rook e1. But I'm out of book. Asteroid, what are you talking about? I don't think that Schieberspieler is streaming on Mondays. Oh, today's Friday. Dude, what's wrong with me? After losing a game, I'm losing my mind. He played d5? What? Yes. What? Did he have knight takes e4 here? He can play that, right? Knight e4, bishop e7, knight c3, bishop d8. Knight d1. I was hoping that I was equal after knight to c4, but this is crazy. How can black play d5? I don't understand. Why would you play d5? My entire idea is to control d5. So he's like sacrificing a pawn? There's absolutely no reason to do that. I think after knight e4 he's better. I'm lucky if I can equalize. That'd be 2 losses in a row. It's really early for Tuesday's stream. I thought it was Monday for a second. But that's what happens, like every day is the same. What? What? I just work every single day. No more Playboy lifestyle. It sucks. Why do I work every day? Because there's nothing else to do. Like, if I didn't work every day, what would I do? Like, go on a holiday or something? Unfortunately, I have this trick. But it's getting really monotonous, working 7 days a week. Even WJ Loof probably doesn't do that. It's wreaking havoc on my digestive system. Look at this. Wow. Yeah. Okay, so d5's crazy. Okay, so see, rook e1 is a move. Anatoly Lyon versus Altsman, 1980. It's the best move. See, I even knew it. See, Spinal Tap? It's not good for us. We have to go back to our Playboy lifestyle. Or Playboy lifestyles, I should say. I wasn't made to work. Especially not 7 days a week. I'm very sensitive. But I simply don't know what else to do with myself. You know? I'm gonna go for a holiday to Czech Republic, you know, go to Prague and play in a poker tournament or something. Like, what am I gonna do? I have no other activities to do. I'm lucky if I can leave the house to go for a walk. I know that there are people who are traveling during the pandemic, but I think they're idiots. You know, and they're just jeopardizing everybody's health. Bishop g5 is a blunder. No? I thought he had this. Maybe not? Wow, doesn't work. I thought it worked. Bishop e7, knight takes c3. Oh no, I have this. See, I never would find that. That requires calculation. Wow. So bishop g5, like h6, whatever, takes. It's equal, I guess. Boring position, kind of. But it's not a great line for white anyway. E5 is a good move. I'm unclear on knight b3 or knight f3. But seriously, can black play this? Is there something wrong with this? It was played in one game. You know? It's not that stupid. It's like the Sveshnikov. Give me the d5 square, but that's it. You know, otherwise black is fine. I don't think it's that stupid. Alright, next game. We've got time for 2 more games. I want to do other things besides pandemic. I don't know. I've been inside too long. I mean, this week it was the worst because it was like raining all week. Yesterday we walked out on the ice sheet. That was the outside world. That was fun. Like almost falling down with my son. Luckily it's not that cold here. I shouldn't complain. Like some places, Alaska for example, Helsinki, but you're used to it. Alright. If I can get vaccinated, I would like to go back to the US temporarily, at least to visit. What's up, Zenchess? It's tricky getting vaccinated here, though. I'm a resident, but not a citizen. I ought to be able to get vaccinated. But the whole thing is like very confusing here. Like it is everywhere. Alright, Benoni. Hey, it's Miro. Zenchess, what's up? Oh, wow. What is that? That's like an Asterbait, Benoni. I guess it's not that bad, though. He's just gonna play bishop g7. It begs the question, should we still play h3 or not? I haven't seen Schieberspieler Asterbait. Is he sleeping late? College pandemic party or something? I definitely need to get out, get more sun. I'm too pale. I missed getting a tan last year at the beach. Didn't miss the beach for a long time. So we're going to just transpose by a weird order of moves to a semi-standard Benoni. Parkani Attila. I lost against him. I've played a couple of Benonis like this just moments ago. Okay, so knight h5, bishop e3, knight e5, bishop e2. I think that's my game with Parkani, if I remember correctly. The Mubot is actually incorrect. Not on Fridays. That's just for Mondays. We should fix that. Anyway, I'm out of here, guys. My last 2 challenges. This and the next game. It was nice of Fetamaster to try to raid today, even if it got fouled up. And good to see Spinal Tap. One day we'll meet again, Spinal Tap. Rook e8. You're not going to play knight f8. You better promise. Never play knight f8 in the Benoni. You can do it in the King's Indian. Spinal Tap's excited. I'll buy you a beer, man. I'm generous. Rook e8. So I was thinking knight h5, bishop e3, knight e5, but he goes and plays rook e8, so I don't know what to do. Queen d2 or rook e1. Rook e1, knight e5 is never good. I just take it. I don't know which way to go here. For me, these positions are a little bit of a mystery. Try not to get too excited, Spinal Tap. Always the deadpan sense of humor. Queen d2, rook e1. I guess it's Friday, so he doesn't have to sleep. Asterbate as well. When do you sleep, Asterbate? Did you just not sleep last night, or did you sleep early and wake up early? How does it work exactly? I'm getting old. I need my beauty sleep. Haven't been getting enough beauty sleep. Actually, that's why I am getting older, finally. It was working well for a while. So, why is it that my theory is always to play bishop e3 instead of bishop h2? Bishop h2, knight e5, knight e5, bishop e5, bishop e5, queen e5, f4, queen d4 check, and like black wins a piece, right? That's not good. That's one reason why I shouldn't have played queen d2. If I trade everything on e5 and try to play f4, I'm screwed. He has good control of the dark squares. What's the difference with bishop e3? Well, this stays on this diagonal. It's less exchanges of pieces on e5. Now if knight e5, knight e5, bishop e5, f4, and black has to think about it, maybe bishop d4. I guess that's better. Now I guess I should have played bishop e2, or at least considered it. I jumped the gun a little here. It's almost always bad to play pawn takes because of the protected passed pawn on d5, but it's something you have to consider, actually. Maybe it's not so bad. He has a very, very strong idea of knight f4. So that's the advantage of playing bishop e2. Then I have the threat to take that off, which black can allow as well, like Fischer-Spassky. This move I'm very surprised by. What's that? That's crazy. You don't have queen d4, and I'm going to hit you with f4. The queen e5 is a blunder. I mean, bishop takes, maybe. Well, maybe it's not better than queen takes. After f4, you have bishop d4, trying to trade the dark square bishop off. I'm not sure if that's even good. So maybe he really should play, I mean, just bishop takes and retreat with f4, bishop g7, even bishop h8. Or maybe he should play pawn takes. Seriously. If pawn takes and the idea of knight f4, white's better structurally, but this looks bad for black. I could even play g4. What's he going to do after g4? Of course, it's not absolutely necessary. Chess is easy. Yeah, I don't like the way that black played this. There's sealer sweeper sacrifices, like e5, f5. The OMG moment. Yes. So that just like loses, right? Pawn takes, knight g3. Not so simple. Everything's okay. Don't worry about it. It's all good. You have queen a4 and everything's fine. But no. It's never risky to trade off your dark square bishop. Schieberspieler. Now making videos. And games are easy. With Astrobate. Alright guys, last game coming up. I'm not going to get to Zen chess. Sorry, buddies. Do you guys Zen chess? You guys will have to catch me later. It's our last challenge, unless this guy bails. But no subscriber priority today. I'm just taking open challenge, open mic night. Please don't play the London system. If you play the London system, I'll resign. I'm serious. Alright, I resign. Next game. I can't do it anymore. I'm not going to play the London system. It just wins by force. I can't take it. I hate the London system. I hate the London system. It's just disgusting. I don't want to play against it for my last game. I just detest playing against the London system. It's boring, and it's my last game for today. I don't want to go out like that. Knight f3, knight c6. This is kind of a normal move, right? Right. Guys, seriously, last game. Yeah, I just hate the London system, man. It's boring. It's my last game for today, and I just don't want to play that. You're one of like 17 million people who only plays the London system. It's just extremely boring and old. This is the gym variation, actually. This is more fun. Budapest Gambit. The gym. That's unusual. Like, the main line move, I think, is castles for black here. D6 is slightly out of the ordinary. Queen a4 check, knight c6. I could force him back. And then maybe play something like rook d1. Does that even make any sense, though? I should just castle. I don't remember if Fugate played this against me before. Did they try to go g5 and go crazy or something? Maybe I should play a3 and wait them out. I normally don't make that move. But if you're going to go nuts with like g5, h5, I'm not going to castle. How about that? I assume that's Black's incentive here. You know, he's trying to delay castling so he can play some weird thing. Where is that? Is that recommended in a book somewhere? Do they really recommend that? For Black, I mean, castle's an absolutely... It's an absolutely solid position for Black. Chessmaster. What was it? Chessmaster 20... Chessmaster 3000? Was that what they called it? One of the old Chessmaster programs. The London is disrespectful. It's boring. I agree. Why is Twitch so hard to use? Dude, it's so annoying. What is wrong with Twitch? Okay, so now we've got a concrete weakness on d6. I don't know that you should allow that. And rook d8 is kind of passive too. I think Black could play better here. Now like f6 and this d6 pawn is still soft. Alright, I'm going to raid Cheater Spiller after this. Thanks for watching, everybody. At least we got an interesting opening for the last game. The gym variation of the Budapest Gambit. We go c5. I'll try to play for bishop d6 maybe. b4, b5. Queenside break. Rook d4. Space is space. I feel like if I take with the pawn on d5, I'm liquidating a lot. I mean, white's still better there. It's a decision. It's a decision either way. Both are okay for white, probably. Conspiracy. WJ Loop said concrete's weakness is tension. That's cool. Do earthquakes count as tension? Vibration. I didn't do physics. I avoided physics in high school. I didn't like our physics teacher. I don't know what it was. So I never took that. But tension is an important vocabulary word in chess. Pawn to be wild, thank you. Mr. Daly. That's weird. That just came to my mind for the first time. Since high school, I remembered the name of the physics teacher in high school. Weird. That was in there all the time. For 30 years. And I never once recalled his name until now. Well, I didn't have him as a teacher, so... H5's just hanging. Yum, yum. We're going to take it. So you had to go to F5. That's a serious blunder. It's amazing I remembered something from 30 years ago that I've never recalled once. It's a breakthrough. There are still brain cells that have not been discovered in my brain. I'm certain of it. But he was a boring dude. Bishop takes h5. He would have played the London system if he was a chess player. The booty. Morales variation. But I think Hugo went wrong with rook d8 and d6. Boudica defense. I mean, trading queens is a good thing when you're out material, right? We definitely want to trade queens. Work is boring. But what when chess is your work? See, that's the problem. Now we have a problem. Still, chess is... It's not bad for work, I admit. It could be worse. But it definitely takes the fun out of chess, the fact that it's my work. It would be more fun if it wasn't my work. That's obvious. Tactics. Taktikush. Zoltan Medved. I don't want to do this. Yeah. Whoa, rook h7? He has rook h7, my god. What am I getting myself into here? I guess we'll convert to a tactical exercise before this gets out of control. Yeah, I see that. I know. I know about rook h7. That's not cool. I was alert to the danger before it got any further. But I think he had d4. when I played bishop g4, trading stuff. I have to go, guys. We're going to raid Schieberspieler. Let me just check that position when you played bishop g4, g6. If you play d4 now, doesn't work. Wow. It just doesn't work. Wow. Because of d4, I just moved my rook. I'm not sure if I would have found it in time. I missed it. You know, I was thinking, if I play that, I have to take, and then you just, like, trade. Oh, I have rook d4 there as well. Wow, so the whole thing just doesn't work. Okay, so he's in big trouble. Yeah, bishop f5 doesn't leave me with a big advantage, but it's enough to win, probably, with good technique. Alright, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll be rating Schieberspieler now. We're back on Sunday with 2 streams. Sunday at 6:30 is our simul. Sunday at 3 p.m. I think will be the non-Schieberspieler, including team battle. Alright, guys. Thanks for watching. See you Sunday. Bye-bye.